How's it going, everyone? Welcome back in to another day of MLB research. Happy Tuesday, happy Dinger Tuesday. We are back with a pretty nice slate today. We have some decent pitchers to take a look at. We have actually some really nice hitters to take a look at. Wanted to start our day by looking at some of the most likely stuff over on Ballpark Pal. For the most part, in terms of most likely, you're going real chalk for most of the home runs. Uh, I mean, the top five parlayed might be plus 10,000 if you took all of them combined, which is a little bit tough. Let me see. Okay. And then we're going to take a look at some different pitch mixes. For the most part, I have my guys down for today and people who I like. They love Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt has been probably my number one salesman this year. I'm a little bit petrified with including Bobby Witt in anything. Aaron Judge at the same time has been pretty cold recently. There's a couple of guys I like over in the St. Louis game, but not on the Colorado side. I much prefer guys like Ivan Herrera, Wilson or William. Why is my brain not working? Brain's not working. We'll figure it out later. One of the Contreras brothers. I like a lot in Seattle. Cal Raleigh, Randy's been hot. Julio's been hot. Naylor's been hot. I think that's a fun one against Kremer. So we'll take a look. We'll start with pitchers, actually, first and foremost, because there's a couple of pitchers whose lines I really like today. All in the early games. I really like George Kirby. Got him yesterday when he was like at minus 115 for 6. He's now bumped up to minus 146. The lineup came out already today, and it's pretty K heavy. You have Jordan Westberg over a 20% or 23% K rate. Jackson Holliday's over 20%. Gunnar Henderson's over 20%. Mountcastle, Mayo, Noda, Carlson, Allen. You're effectively looking at the entire team outside of Adley Rutschman being plus K targets today. George Kirby, although we started the year very slowly, last 5 games, 6 games really picked it up. A miss against Milwaukee's not a bad miss. We know that's one of the best hitting teams in baseball. Came up 9 against Chicago. He had 6 against Texas, 9 against LA, 6 against Detroit, 9 against Pittsburgh. Typically against those high K teams, the good targets, he strikes them out a ton. When he misses against teams that don't really strike out that much. So that gives me a lot of hope for him. Lines moving in our favor. I think that one's nice. Similarly, I got Ranger Suarez yesterday at minus 150 for 5. He's hitting 100% of away games to get us 5. The base, to be transparent, I laddered Kirby and Ranger. The two of them combined for their base is plus 200. For him to get 6 and Ranger to get 5. I think that's an incredible value. I think that's about as good as it gets. They're probably my 2 favorite pitchers on the board today. However, also, based on the lineup that I saw out of Minnesota, I like Carlos Rodon as well today. He's been better at home this year. It's a matchup who I don't think Rodon's in lineup, but Gasper and Julian are. Yeah, so you get Julian, you get Gasper, who strike out a ton. Austin Martin strikes out a decent bit. Ryan Fitzgerald, he hasn't played much. I believe against righties, though. He's actually been really good. He hasn't struck out. Never mind. I'm thinking of Alan Rodon is the one who strikes out a ton that just got recently called up. But I think Rodon, who's been really good overall, I like him today, especially better at home, good matchup, team that strikes out a little bit more. Cortez, you mean Nestor? San Fran, I know San Fran struggled against lefties. They've been slightly better of late. I don't know if Nestor can be trusted just yet. I know he pitched well against Cincinnati. Bad against Arizona, good against Cincinnati. That was last year. Never mind. Oh, what the hell? When was this? It's on a different team before he got traded. Never mind. So I don't know enough. Like, I haven't seen enough out of him. I somewhat am gonna. We'll kind of go through when we get to the teams. I kind of want to stack Astros against Dustin May. I know I joked about it yesterday about Carlos Correa cheating, but the amount of hits that he's been getting of late compared to what he did, like, something is going on. He went from like the most inconsistent motherfucker ever to the best hitter in baseball who just like guarantees you 2 hits a game. He's batting like 440 for the Astros this year. I'd probably go right back to it. Dustin May has not been great this year. I like Correa. I like a lot of guys. Like Altuve's been hot recently. Correa, obviously, we talked about. Jesus Sanchez, when there's a righty starter, has been hot. When there's a lefty starter, he struggled. And then Jeremy Pena coming back, he's just been one of the most consistent guys in baseball, especially at home. So I think it could be a fun little stack against Dustin May, who didn't look great in his first start in Boston. We'll take a look at that actually first. Take a look at some pitch mix stuff. Where were we? Also, I do like Cardinals a lot today, especially guys like Ivan Herrera. Ivan Herrera's, a 496 weighted on base against lefties. Crushes lefties. He's seen Freeland once hit a home run off him already. Good against the four seam, good against the cutter. Doesn't like the sweepers, but he's barely seen these two pitches. Sinker, changeup. He likes the sinker, hates the changeup. So, all in all, you're looking at what, 4 out of the 6 that he's actually seen. He's somewhat decent at. Okay, where are we? Dustin May. Let's look through these teams. Jeremy Pena loves the sinker, loves the four seam. 320 against the sweeper with really good batting average. Doesn't particularly love the cutter. 3 out of 4 is nice. Altuve, sinker, four seam, great. Sweeper, he's good. He's good, not great. Jesus Sanchez, he's fantastic. He's the best of the bunch. Dustin May doesn't like those lefty hitters either. Jesus Sanchez can't hit lefties. He only hits righties. And then where's our man? Mr. Might be cheating. His stats just don't look great because this is yearly stats, right? He was just such like an average hitter all year long over for the Twins, and now he's the most consistent hitter in baseball. I think I might stack their 1 through 4. Pena, Altuve, Sanchez, Correa. I think that could be our Onyx SGP of the day. You stack them up. I also really like Toronto today against Ben Brown. I don't particularly think Ben Brown's very good. Barger, Vladdy. Actually, what does that lineup look like? Do you go Luke's or do you go France, or we just go 3 of them? Barger, Vladdy, Bichette. I guess then in Houston I can go Pena. No, because I want all of them in there. It's tough. I'd like to get a 4th one here in Toronto against Ben Brown, who struggled this year. But I really only like Bichette, Guerrero, Barger. I'm not a huge fan of Ty France. Barger's been awesome, especially against righty pitching. You definitely take him against righties, not lefties. Likes the knuckle curve, likes the changeup. Indifferent against the fastball. Is Loperfido not in the lineup? He is, but he's batting 4th or batting 9th. He's been great. Kind of sucks to take a 9-hole hitter, though. I prefer Will Smith hits, runs, and RBIs, but Shea bases. Shea just the nature of that ballpark. It's pretty easy to get big flies, doubles, gaps. Where's Loperfido? He's been incredible, especially against righties. All the pitches that, again, it's a very small sample of what Ben Brown throws. If you go bottom of the lineup, kind of a risky one. It runs an RBI set because it's where he's hitting. It's a little too risky for me. I do like him. He's been great. I trust both of them more than I trust. It might be just a 3-man operation here in Toronto. Bichette, Vladdy, Barger. I like the 3 of them a ton. They could partner with 3 in Houston, maybe. Is there 3 I like anywhere else? I like St. Louis. Actually, need to check a couple. Naylor caught him this morning. I retweeted when CJ posted it, but I think his line's unplayable at this point. Yeah, he's been bumped up to basically 1.5 minus 154. Couple other guys. Who else did I like? I like Harper. I like Seager. Harper's unplayable unless you play him at the 2.5 line. Where is Seager? I actually like a lot of the Mets today. I think Juan Soto is probably a good spot. No, it's Spencer Strider on the mound, but he's been the one Mets hitter who's been really consistent over the last 2-3 weeks when they've really struggled. Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt's a weird one. He still is yet to hit a home run against a lefty. but he crushes lefties. His weighted on base against lefties is great. He bats 322 against lefties this year. He's got a really nice pitch mix against everything that Mitchell Parker throws. He just has still not hit a home run against a lefty. What's up, T. Lenny? How you doing, man? Just counting down the days. 56 days till NHL season. Honestly, it's not even till NHL. I'm just excited for NFL to come back. Just something to get us through until NHL season. Also waiting for some of the books to start dropping, like some future props and projections. So we can do some fun streams with that as well. So, okay, where were we? What was I doing? I completely lost train of thought. Oh, I was trying to find if there's another stack team that I like. Travis Adams, I don't think he's starting. I think he'd just be a reliever, right? Yeah, he usually just goes. He's gone 5 innings before. They've put him out a bit. He stinks against lefties. So we could just hypothetically, could we just stack him like Grisham, Rice, Belly, and then throw in Judge if we need to? I mean, if he's going actual innings, I'd rather avoid Stanton. We'll trust Judge today. Or avoid Grisham, Stanton. I thought it was Ben Brown clutch. I've seen Ben Brown all day today, unless they just recently changed. Oh, well, there you go. I think it must have just recently changed. Javier Assad. Let's see what the starting Tuesday, 12 minutes. Well, that'll change things around. Oh, God damn it. That literally just happened. You just got activated 10 minutes ago. That's why. Javier Assad will start today's game. Nate Pearson has been DFA'd. Or no, John Birdie's been DFA'd. Nate Pearson's been optioned. And Ben Brown will no longer start today. So that's a nice call on that one. I mean, we don't have anything on Javier Assad, do we? Like, how was he last year? Doesn't pitch this year yet. They don't last season. Okay. Heavy weighted on base to righties. Pretty bad, good ground ball percentage. Really bad hard hit percentage. Like, he wasn't great last year. He was not great last year, but that's enough like uncertainty for me to just back out of it, and we'll sit probably just with Houston then. No, I literally all day I've been looking and I've seen Ben Brown. I had no idea that was even an option. So when you said it, I just Googled Javier Assad's name. It came up instantly. So you're right. It's a good call. I still think Barger's good. What is Assad? Let's take a look. What does Assad throw? We're going to have to go to Baseball Savant. Assad. What does he throw and who likes it? We got sinker, cutter, four seam. So all fastballs with a curveball. Sinker, cutter, four seam. Easy enough. Sinker, 2, 3, 4. Love it. Cutter, they like it. La Perfito loves anything that's fastball. Then we said four seam. Bichette, Vladdy like it. Barger, not so much. And then the curveball, Bichette, Vladdy, Barger, not so much. So maybe we just go twos? Like, is it insane if we just do like Bichette, Vladdy, and then Bichette, Vladdy, and then like Correa, Jesus? That could be fun. Excuse me. I prefer Ranger at 4.5. I think if you pair him with George Kirby to get 6, I think that's fair. But at this point, I think Ranger's pretty unplayable at 4.5. I don't think you're going to catch a good line now. His 4.5 line's pretty gone. His 5.5's fairly juiced, though. Yeah, I mean, that's great value on the plus 150. He's plus 110 everywhere else. I mean, that's, I don't know, ESPN bet's got plus 145. But for the most part, you're getting really good value. Plus 150 looks like it's best in market anywhere. See, let me check Kirby. I don't like Dean Kremer today. I think that he's facing a really hot offense, a really, really hot offense today. I'd probably lean under, although he's been pretty good of late. It's just that offense has been one of the better offenses in baseball. He's good at home, though. It's a no bet for me. Mariner's been hot. It gives me enough like plausibility to I'm like, eh. Just can't even talk. The big popular one's been Jacob Lopez. If you could catch a 16.5 line anywhere at this point, I would take his under. It says Fanatics has it. Let me check. Can I get it on here? If you guys haven't seen the write-ups, a lot of cappers have already started posting about Jacob Lopez. He, on 4 days rest, he pitched 4 days, like he had 4 days rest. He went 114 pitches. The idea is that most likely they're not going to give him a leash leeway like that ever again. He's a young starter. Typically, we know how young starters are. Coaches are not happy to give them a million leeway, especially earlier in their careers. He's also a big fly ball pitcher, which hurts him. Let's see if I can get his outs. No, he's been nuked down to 15.5 minus 160 on the under. So pretty unplayable anywhere. Let's check. Pitcher outs. 15.5. Yeah, he's been pretty much nuked all around. So for me, it's another one where we'll probably just stay away. I do like the idea. I like the thought process in the line. It's just not for me. So I like Kirby a ton if you can get him at a good line. It's a strikeouts at. I think it's a fantastic line if you can get him. There's not much liquidity left, but even the 140, it's starting to move pretty heavily. Last I checked, 146. I saw up to like 157 on another book. It's starting to move, so you can get that minus 140. I think there's some decent liquidity behind it. That's good. I like Corey Seager again today. I know it might be fool's gold, kind of going back to him, but he's got great history against Arizona. I know he sold the home run people yesterday. He's up to like minus 170 at this point for turnover, but I like him at 2.5 even. You can get him at a half decent price as well there. What else? I liked Bobby Witt, but again, Bobby Witt's another guy who you're never going to get him at a 1.5 line against Mitchell Parker. Where are you, buddy? Yeah, 2.5 minus money. It's not much I like on the board today. Favorite home run on the board today. It's chalky. A lot of people like it. Probably Max Muncy. He kind of gets in these stretches where he just hits tanks, and he's been hitting tanks of late. I'm going to go with Max Muncy as my guy there. Both him and Seager, I think, look really, really good. Cool. I think that's everything I've got today. I think that's everything I have. So, top 3 pitchers, Suarez, Kirby. I like Rodon as well. Actually, Rodon you might be able to get a good price on. Where is he? Oh, this is tomorrow's game. I'm such an idiot. Rodon's still playable, but liquidity's going fast. Does Will Smith hit yeah, give me 2 seconds. Do we know what he throws? Yeah, he has 1 start. So Victor Madero's 1 start. He likes the slider, doesn't love the sinker sweeper. Maybe we go Muncy. How's he look? Doesn't like the sinker. No, he does. He loves the sinker. Decent against the slider, but not great. And then every other pitch he crushes. I'm assuming Shohei will be stupid. Yeah, I mean, he's got a 326 or above on all of them. I mean, kind of chalk. We kind of figured that Shohei would love it, but what about Freddie? Freddie, 260 and above on all of them. Just doesn't really like the slider. Rest of the pitches cranks. I mean, it looks like Muncy, Shohei are probably your 2 best. I think Freddie's been the hottest of the bunch. Of late, it's been Shohei. Shohei's really heat up the last couple of games since they've gone back on the West Coast. But even then, I mean, for 2, Freddie's been great. Freddie's been great to get you 2. So I don't think you can go wrong with picking any of those Los Angeles Dodgers today. Sweet. All right. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to be back tomorrow, same time. I know recently I've been doing more of these streams that are more like I kind of know who I already like as opposed to research. It's going to be a little bit more concise, a little bit more kind of buttoned up. So for me, I'm going to hop off. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me today. If you guys are not already on ProfitX, use code Cheddar to sign up. Available in 42 plus states. Get up to 200 back across your first month. A fantastic way to play if you guys do not have sports books in your state. Don't have to worry about pairs or anything like that. And you usually get the best lines across the market. So go check it out if you haven't already. Use code Cheddar when you do. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace, guys.